Diversity of the mind is crucial in an evolving world. All of us perceive things differently and acquire skills through different learning styles. For example, some of us may be visual learners, while others learn best through hands-on activities. That doesn't mean that any of these are wrong, it's just a different style in which we learn. Those with autism learn and communicate differently as well. The goal of my speech is to help you all understand how autistic people communicate verbally and non-verbally, how to hold their attention, and how to communicate for the best comprehension and response from them. So first I will begin with verbal communication. They take things very literally, so it is important to avoid irony, sarcasm, figurative language, and exaggeration. And if you do use one of these, explain to them what you really mean. For example, if you say, "Oh, Becky is so smart," they're going to think Becky is really smart. So they don't pick up on that change of tone in your voice. So try to avoid that if possible. I know we all use sarcasm regularly. So they struggle with open-ended questions as well. So instead of saying, "What would you like for lunch?" offer them options. Say, "Would you like ramen noodles or would you like a hot dog?" It can help them from getting overwhelmed. If you do use questions, only use them when necessary and be very specific. And try not to use too many in general. Sometimes they may react badly when they hear the word no, so use a different word or symbol for no. If they're doing something inappropriate, like jumping on the furniture and it's a danger or safety concern, explain that to them instead of just saying no. Say you don't want them to get hurt if they fall down. You can use a timetable, so say if they're watching TV and they're supposed to only watch TV from 4 to 5, say, "Okay, you watch TV from 4 to 5, we have dinner from 5 to 6, and then we do homework from 6 to 7. Setting those clear boundaries can really help. Some additional tips are to just say less in general and to slow down your speech when you are communicating with them. Using words that are familiar to them can help as well. Being environmentally aware of where you are is important because they may be overstimulated. So if you're in a bright, loud area, take that into consideration, and they may just be anxious. So have that conversation at a later point, or just remove yourself from the area if possible. And my next topic is nonverbal communication and visual aids. So you may want to avoid constant eye contact with them because they may feel intimidated by it, and they will not give eye contact back to you typically. They appear that they can't hear you, but a lot of times they can. They may just not be responding. So be patient with them. The use of song can help with their vocabulary as well, and they'll be able to learn new words from that. Some gestures that you may notice are maybe crying, or they may take you to an object that they want, or just constantly reach for it. Sometimes they can use pictures to point and tell you what they're talking about or what they do want. So visual support that can be used are symbols, timetables like we talked about earlier, and picture books or stories. And finally, holding their attention. Always use their name when you're speaking to them. It's important to face them and repeat yourself if necessary. You may want to use a special interest, such as a toy that they like, a treat, or a desirable food. Using words that are familiar to them can help as well, because they have that vocabulary base already, and so it will make the conversation familiar, and it will help the conversation go smoothly also. After summarizing ways in which you can better communicate with those who have autism, I hope you can utilize these in your day-to-day life. These include visual aids, verbal, nonverbal communication, and how to hold their attention. So you may be a caregiver, and possibly the parents will have pictures that you can use to help aid them in conversation, to understand and know their wants and needs, and this can be really beneficial. You may know someone in your life who has autism, and that can help as well with that. Remember to be open-minded and welcome the uniqueness of others into your life.